So I reiterate here, the bill is dead.
The story of this great city is about the years before this night. We are free!
Hey everyone, it's a new episode of Hong Kong. That was me gasping for air because it's so fucking hot. I'm your host, Mohammed Magdi, sitting here with my beautiful guest and some other guy.
Of course.
Let's go with the guy
When you
first.
went with beautiful, I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
Then you said guess. I'm
You're
like,
beautiful
oh.
too, Vivek.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
On the-
beautiful
on the
my own way.
inside,
On the
yes.
inside. That's what everybody says. That's what my colonoscopy said as well. You're beautiful on the inside. I'm like, that's what I want to hear.
Vivek, how are you doing, man?
I am melting. I'm sweaty. I have turned on the aircon.
Oh yeah, this
for
is
the
when
first-
you know.
Yeah.
This is when you know it's very hot. When
Yeah.
Vivek has the AC on.
Yeah, when I've given up on just the fan, like normally I'm a fan guy, and so I'm just like, okay, keep the fan on as much as you can. It's going to save the environment, save your water bills and
okay.
everything. And then today I literally walked up from Central carrying a whole bunch of stuff, and I was like, I'm sorry, guys. Those birds, the turtles, I'm sorry. You
Yeah.
know, a few of you are going to have to
Sucks for
die
you.
tonight. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I'm really, you know
Sucks
what,
for you, you live
reincarnation.
outside.
Yeah, reincarnation, come back as a human next time and you'll understand what I'm going through. Yeah, so I'm struggling, man. It's
Yeah, this
definitely
is
struggling.
probably like obviously Vivek and I were in Australia for most of March and April, but this is the first like heat wave this year, right? You were here the whole time, Lindsay. First of
Yeah,
all,
it's May,
Linsday
guys.
Varty
It's
is
gonna
back
get a-
on the
hi.
podcast. Hi, Lindsay, welcome back.
Hi, thanks for having me back again. I'm excited.
You were in Hong Kong the whole year, right? Like you didn't really leave.
Yeah, no, I've pretty much been here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this the first time it gets like really hot?
Are you guys kidding? This is hot, but this is nothing. Like Hong Kong summer is coming.
July,
this is
July
May.
gets, yeah. This
No,
is
I
still
know.
May,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
saying this year because we missed. Maybe there was another heat wave that we don't know about.
There's like a few days here and there, but no, I'd say this week has been pretty bad because it's like humid, you know.
Yeah. Today it rained a bit, and this is the killer when it rains for like, let's say 20 minutes.
Yeah.
The floor is wet, and the sun's like, hello.
Yeah.
And it's like steam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst, man.
97% humidity.
Yes,
I
to
believe,
do this,
right
man.
now.
Yikes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, for every Asian parent, they're disappointed. They're like, only 97? Where's the next 3%? What's going on here? I want water in the air.
Which is whack because I was walking my dog last night after 2 a.m. and it was like showers. So
Oh yeah, pouring.
yeah,
last night,
pouring.
right?
It was a thunderstorm. So to go from that to like heat in the
Well,
morning.
you know what causes this whole climate change is all the number of trees getting chopped down. You know what they chop down trees for? Paper.
Oh, what do they use paper for,
They
Lindsay?
publish books.
Whoa. You got me.
Yeah.
But that's okay. It's all good. As long as the books are worth
And how many
reading.
books have you sold? Very quickly.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Well, this is the good segue because I want to go. The book is called Hong Kong Slang. So what better way than immediately talk about something negative so you can immediately use the Hong Kong slang terms
Yeah.
and make
Yeah.
fun of it. Yeah, of course. The slang term everybody knows are the swear words. That's the easy one, so let's not even have to go there.
Yeah.
But Lindsay, why Hong Kong slang? Is there any specific reason? Was this a thing that you've always struggled with? Was this something you loved?
It's definitely something I loved. With everything I write, I try to focus on an area of Hong Kong culture, of Cantonese culture to be celebrated. I think the language itself is so funny, and I'm not going to write a dictionary. I don't claim to be an expert in speaking Cantonese. I can speak it, but badly.
Yeah.
But I just think that Hong Kong or Cantonese slang is so funny and inventive, and you know there's so much wit and hilarity, and it's just awesome. And I think it's ever evolving, right? So you pick
Yeah.
up these new phrases. And I guess when I used to play rugby a lot. So with my rugby teammates, especially, they were all predominantly Cantonese speaking. They would just say things, and my Cantonese is okay, but it's so literal. So I would like translate it literally in my head, and I'd be
Yeah.
like, "What do you mean?
Yeah.
You know, you poked a fishball with your finger."
Oh
or,
yeah, that
Right.
one. Yeah.
Or like you've got a fried kale for your leg. There's all sorts
Yeah.
of weird things. And I was like,
Right.
and I just fascinated by it. So I decided to write a book on it and try to put like English equivalents in there too, so that people could have fun and see just how clever and funny.
You know, like how you could impress someone, like if you literally throw out one of these slang terms
Yeah.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like you kind of go the whole Joseon.
Yeah.
And bam, you go in slang terms like, whoa, what's
Yeah.
going on over here? Like they would never see that coming.
Exactly.
So the one with the poking of the fishball. Okay, Mohammed,
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you try to guess.
Right.
The Cantonese phrase "poking of the fishball." 即係篤魚蛋. What do you think it
But
actually?
wait, poking a fish ball?
Yeah, basically
Like a fish
Give a
ball, like the
scenario.
food?
Yeah. Okay. Scenario: you're playing some sort of sports. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and someone says, "Oh man, I poked a fishball." What do you think they're
It's
trying
probably
to
like
refer to?
some sort of a bullseye. Like I nailed it.
You nailed it. Something was a bullseye, you could say. There was a bullseye sort of ish, but not in the positive.
Oh,
point
not
of
in
view.
the positive.
Yeah, it's not a
Huh.
good bullseye.
Like you're in pain.
Yeah, you're in pain.
I see.
What do you think? Have a guess. What do you think when someone say that? Oh, I poked the fishball. What do
Maybe
you
someone got like a black eye, like someone got hit.
You're on the right direction with the
Yeah.
whole with basically it hurts you.
Yeah.
It's not a good thing. You don't want to poke the fishball.
Oh, okay. Like
Yeah.
hit your balls. Like your balls.
Yeah, are you close? Yeah,
Is
you're
it?
close. But it's not your balls that are being hit.
Okay, so you hit someone else's balls.
But
With-
then like
It's getting weird. I
yeah,
don't
it's
know.
getting, exactly. This is what Mohammed. That's his. I was trying to give him all the hints. It could be, for any other person,
Yeah.
they'd be like, "Oh, do you mean like when they're playing sports and let's the ball bounces and they
Yeah.
hit it by mistake?"
Well, that was
Mohammed's
balls.
like, I mean, yeah,
My
exactly.
balls.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
basically me, like you, when you're translating everything literally. I'm like, what do
Yeah.
you mean? There is a ball and you
Yeah.
hit it. You poke it.
Yeah.
So what is it?
So literally look at the picture, right? So basically, this here, Lindsay, do you want to explain this one?
Sure, it could
Yeah.
be like I'm playing rugby and I reach for the ball to catch it, but I like stub the ball with my finger or poke the ball
Oh,
with my
wow.
finger.
Okay,
and
yeah.
it really hurts.
Right.
In English, you say like you stub your finger or something
Yes.
like that.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like you're poking the stick through the fishbowl.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So,
see.
but your finger doesn't go through the
Huh.
ball, obviously.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that seems very specific to like some sports that would require catching a
Well,
ball,
anything
right?
you can
Yeah,
poke a
rugby ball,
fishbowl on
basketball,
anything. Yeah.
soccer ball, anything that requires a ball.
True.
Basically,
Yeah.
some
but
sort
it's more
of.
about sports. Generally.
I mean, think about the situation where you would actually have that happen other than sports. Like,
Uh.
what are you doing at home? That you
Right.
suddenly poked your finger into a ball
Yeah.
that is the shape of a basketball. You know,
Yeah.
like
So
unless-
it's used to describe pain.
yes,
Yeah.
describe the stubbing of the finger into
Yes,
a
yeah.
ball sphere.
Wow.
So this is the fun thing with Cantonese is that they can't just be like, oh, I stubbed my fingers. Like boring.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want
Let's
some-
give you a visual.
Yeah, give me a visual. Let me feel. Let me relate to it. I think
Mm.
it's that's what I love about Cantonese slang is that it's always got something fun to it. It's not just like telling you, oh, you are doing the bad thing. Yeah, that's boring. Like tell it to me in a fun way. You fucked up, Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's just still conceptual.
Yeah, English
I
is
need-
boring.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's very
You're
limited.
so forgetful. Or
Yeah.
in Cantonese,
Yeah.
you could say like you're a big-headed prawn.
Yeah. That's how- yeah,
I love
exactly.
it.
Yeah. It's a big, like for example, Cantonese. What I love as well when they insult you, saying you're stupid. Because Annie Lou was asking me last time, how do you say someone stupid? I'm like, well, this classic one is bak chi, right? Like, yeah, it's just stupid, right? But that's too basic. There's no
Crazy
fun
stupid.
to it. Yeah, it's crazy stupid. Bak chi chi sin. You've got that one. But then you've got the one where the parents tell the kids. Like very rarely do the parents tell the kids, like bak chi ge, because the reason is it kind of blames the parents for you to be bak chi, as in you'd be stupid.
Yeah.
It's my genetics.
Right.
So you know what parents like to do? They say, which means did you eat something wrong that you're so stupid? And that's it's like shifting the blame. Like, did you fuck up?
Yes, yes.
Like I gave a.
You can remove the responsibility
Yeah, exactly.
from them.
Yeah,
That's
exactly,
so funny.
I like the parent ones. The parents telling the kids, it's very inventive. Like that's another one there. Like if you call your kid like useless, you could be like, oh, you're like a piece of rice or a ball of rice. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, you're just there. Just like, what's the point of
Yeah,
having
you're
it?
just
yeah.
like-
hanging, or like
Yeah.
completely useless kids. You can tell your kids, oh, giving birth to Chasiu would be
better than you,
giving
yeah.
birth to
We
you.
have something similar in Arabic,
Oh,
actually.
yeah?
Now I want to like do this in Arabic.
Oh, you should.
Yeah,
Right. So what's the equivalent
Maybe
to a
we should
pet?
franchise you into Arabic.
I'll struggle, but
Yeah,
I'll
exactly.
try. Yeah.
I mean, the thing is that obviously with chashu being pork, I think Arabic they won't be using the pork equivalent.
Yeah,
They'll probably
yeah,
be
they're not cool.
I'd rather have a lamb kebab than have you as a kid, something like that.
We usually we say the leg of a table. I don't know why.
The leg of a table.
Yeah,
That's
leg
pretty
of a
useful.
table. Yeah, it's like leg of a table would be more useful.
Yeah,
than
than,
you.
Yeah.
than you. I mean, see, that again shows you the severity. Cantonese language doesn't do something like, leg of a table. Hey, I want to hurt you, but I want you to still feel, usable.
Yeah.
Right.
This is literally saying you are like a barbecued piece of pork.
Yeah.
It's better than you. Like, think about what situation would you kind of go like, hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind being worse than a piece of barbecued pork.
Right.
What situation could you think of that one person would say, you know what? Actually, that's a better place to be.
I don't know. Barbecue pork pretty good. I don't know.
I mean, that's what I mean. Why would you want to be worse than that? Like,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
in
true.
what
To me, as
situation?
someone who does not eat pork, and to me that's a horrific visual already.
there you
So
go.
yeah, that's the worst.
Unless you're in front of a bunch of halal cannibalists, then you'd want to be the barbecue
yes,
pork.
that is true.
Then you're like,
Yeah.
hey, you can't eat this.
Yeah.
Look at me.
Halal cannibalism. It's just like cannibalism, but Muslim. They just
Exactly, yeah.
only eat each other.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Must be halal. But
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Must be halal.
they got the imam praying on the side to make sure
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
edible. You're like, don't pray. No, don't do it. So Hong Kong slang, okay, let's come back to this because I love the fact that there's a book teaching basically non-Cantonese speakers to learn about Hong Kong slang because this is something that could totally pull people close to each other. In other words, like the typical, let's say someone learns 1 or 2 sentences, Zhou-san is very nice, it's like people went out of the way to learn. But going Hong Kong slang, it's a point of where you're really learning the street lingo. And that's such a different game because in school, they're not going to teach you this stuff.
No.
Teachers are not going to be like, hey, all right, this is what you write in the exam, but when you go home, you tell your mom that, right?
Yeah.
So I used to have a joke before where I used to learn my Cantonese from going to the building security guard. On the first day, I asked him a question. He's like, yeah, second day. By the third day, he was pissed off, And that was the day I learned Chinese foul language. And basically his way of teaching me is like, I'm going to teach you these words, but you tell it to your dad, but it's about your mom. I'm like, this is pretty cool,
Huh.
Yeah, so Cantonese swearing is almost always you swear about your mom. But
Yeah,
you don't,
same in Arabic again.
Yeah, but you don't tell your
Yeah.
mom. You tell the dad. It's usually like you tell the
No,
the
give me an
person you tell.
example.
No, just like dule lomo. It's like basically fuck
right,
your mother,
right, I
right?
see.
But it's very rarely would I be like telling your mom that because your mom's the
see.
subject in the swear.
Yes.
I'm not saying
Yeah.
that dule,
So
like,
no one swears at the women? How do you swear at a
Not
woman?
at your
then?
mom. Who?
Yeah, exactly.
No, I know,
yeah.
but if you're okay, just the mothers are exempt. So now
Yeah,
that you're a
they're cool.
mother,
Yeah, I'm good now.
You're good.
That's
you
what
leave me alone.
Yeah, that's why you have a book called Hong Kong slang. You're like, what are you gonna do? You can't touch me.
Exactly.
You can't touch me. Yeah, exactly. But
It's
that's
not as powerful, I guess, if you're like, if you're saying Dilolomo to a
Yeah.
mother.
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. Fine.
But again, Dile Lomo is
been
like
a while.
fuck. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, right? Yeah. And we also know why you're a mother, so there you go. You have that as well. But okay, so coming back to this is the key. So Lindsay, you say you used to play rugby.
Yes.
Right? And a lot of them were Cantonese speakers. Now, clearly, just that sport itself, for any local person, they'll be like, oh, yeah, I can imagine them doing a lot of slang and everything. But did you find it was more slang or more foul language or just the casual chit chat banter?
Oh, a bit of everything, really. I would say, like, I never officially learned Cantonese because ever since I was really little, I played rugby and my teammates were always just speaking. So my Cantonese is really informal and sometimes I don't even realize. So
Yeah.
I'll be talking. That's why in a lot of business settings, I just pretend I don't speak any Cantonese because
Better,
it's
yeah.
just not worth me saying
Absolutely,
something
yeah.
terrible. But I'd say a lot of slang was being thrown around. Obviously, when they spoke to me, they tended to drop the slang just because they're speaking like slightly easier Cantonese to me. But I'm in a team full of 20-something-year-old teenagers, like this kind of group of society. So of course they're speaking loads of slang. And every time I heard a new one, I just loved it. And I wanted to know, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And then I have a Cantonese teacher. I do a lesson once a week. Just since I wrote Sunset Survivors, I had to do a lot of interviews with people in Chinese. So I started learning because I was like, well, how am I going to talk about bird cages or stuff if I don't know enough vocab
Fixing
on it?
umbrellas or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I started doing these lessons. And so actually the book is written by myself and my Cantonese teacher.
Oh,
we're just
okay,
really
okay.
good friends now.
Are
Yeah.
your own
Yeah.
Cantonese teacher?
Yeah, so
wow,
we're just good friends.
Who's not an author?
Well, now she is.
Oh, now she is. So
yeah.
that's her first book.
That's her first book. But basically,
amazing.
I didn't want to write the book entirely by me because
Yeah.
I don't think I have the right to write a half Chinese book. That's
Yeah.
not fair. I need someone that's first language is
Yeah.
Cantonese, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So together we did it. So we worked together. She
That's
told me a
cool.
lot of new ones as well. So we tried to focus on current slang and then some classics as well.
Yeah.
That are sort of timeless. But we worked together. So I focused on more on the translating into English and coming up with the best sort of English equivalent. And she focused on the more Cantonese side. But
Yeah.
in doing so, I learned all of these, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
like
yeah.
you said, if you're in a cab and the guy's like, Joe-san,
Yeah.
come here, lock you, right? You can
Yeah.
be like, lock gao si, and then
Yeah,
we're like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah,
it was a good
yeah.
one. Like instead of just say, in English, you say like, oh, it's raining cats, and dogs.
yeah.
Right.
In Chinese, it's like you say it's raining dog shit.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Just, like you
So
said,
if you-
it's
Yeah.
more
you
of
would
an
just
extreme.
get excited. Yeah.
Then they're like, oh, you speak a little bit. And
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, do you know any other swear words?
Yeah. That's what we want to know, right? We're
Yeah,
oh,
you're
that's
like-
good.
How often do you run into this, like at the cab, like when you say something back? Obviously, because people can mistake you for a full white person.
Yeah, it depends
Yeah.
how tired I am. So sometimes I just lean into that guaylo side and just
Yeah,
be
yeah.
like, yeah, totally, don't speak any.
Yeah.
Or if they're talking on their phone,
Yeah, you can hear what
sometimes
they're
like about you.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
let it go for a while.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
If
find.
I'm feeling aggressive, I can
Yeah.
say it, but
Yeah, you're like, hey, hey, you're like, whoa. They're like, what?
sometimes on
Yeah.
the train, like they're like, oh, 你個鬼妹啦啦啦，
Yeah,
哦，呢個
yeah.
鬼妹啦啦。So I'm like, 呢個鬼妹識講中文啊。
Yeah, and they're like,
Like, oh damn, sorry.
Yeah,
好
yeah.
尷尬啊。
Yeah,
But
yeah.
in general, people are just harmless. They just don't assume that you speak it, right?
Yeah.
I'd say the biggest compliment about if you do speak some Cantonese is when if you try and speak it, people don't say anything like wow, ho lek,
Yeah.
just nothing like that. They just go with you speaking it and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
they speak it back to you. obviously it's not my first language. People can tell that. But if they just keep talking to me in Cantonese, that's the biggest compliment for me, to be like, okay, you respect the fact that I'm trying. And like, you're going to let me go for it. And also just, if someone Chinese spoke to me in English, I wouldn't reply to them in Chinese because I'm like, oh, you speak decent English and you're showing that to me. I'm not going to discredit you by like, let me speak to you in Cantonese. In my terrible Cantonese, it's going to be better than you're like, no, it's
I
not.
see that. I used to live in mainland. There's a lot, obviously, like just size-wise, there's a lot more foreigners learning Mandarin, all of that. And I see that it's always cringe when someone goes to a store. Clearly, the store clerk like speaks fluent English. And they just want to get on with their business. And the foreigner with their fucking 5 Mandarin words, just try. And the guy is like, "How can I help you?" He's like. Ni hao ma, and I'm like, please stop. It's so cringe. And the other person is just not interested in practicing. He's like, can I just get your order? Sometimes they're actually not even Chinese people. It's just the worst. It's like, American-born Chinese or whatever. Like working in like a fancy restaurant, and the foreigners are still trying to with their Chinese. I'm like, please stop.
It's quite
painful.
tragic. I lived in Paris for 6 months when I was younger. And of course, everyone, they were all students trying to learn French, right? In Paris, everyone speaks English. You're going around, you're like, oh, okay, bonjour, je veux. Like, and then, like, I should take it, like, whatever. And they're like, you can have your coffee here. You're like, okay.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, you need to learn more French. I was like, okay.
Do you get annoying people sometimes like, hey, let me give you a book idea because I'm about to give you one?
Do it. I love it.
Wow.
Like conversations, taxi, like you just sit in a cab and like see what they're saying on the phone.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Isn't that great? Like I just pulled up a story from my friend who was in a cab the other day. I'm just reading it verbatim. The cab driver, just the best driver conversation ever. He's on the phone talking his buddy out of leaving his wife. For some college girl he met online. And the cab driver is pretty sure his buddy is being scammed. Dude, you're ugly and you don't have much money. She's not trying to be with you. Of course you think she's compatible. That's all part of the plan. It's perfect. My friend goes, I started laughing. He's like, even my customer thinks you're retarded.
Oh no. That's some Ashley Madison stuff right there, right?
It's very funny.
Oh man, I can totally see like a twist coming. The guy that she's having an affair with or something drives an Uber. Oh, the taxi driver's like, I hate Uber drivers. What's going on? The whole
true.
feud begins.
If he gets scammed by an Uber driver, it's like double whammy.
Double whammy, man.
Keep that story because I'm actually compiling just a really like a fun book of it's called Taxi Tales.
There you go. That's exactly. Oh my god! All right.
Funny things that
you're
have
already ahead
when
of
you're in
me.
a cab
All right,
in Hong
I'm
Kong.
sending you this one.
Wow, that's crazy.
And if any listeners have any other tales, send
feel free to send it over. We'll pass it over. Yeah.
There's some funny ones. Like one guy told me that this cab driver, he was so interesting. I was speaking to him in English, but he also told me that he spoke French, Italian, German. He just loves languages, right?
Wow.
And some guys got in his cab one time and they were speaking Italian in the back, and he was so nervous because like he could understand, but he didn't want them to know that he could understand because apparently, the way he described it, he was like, they were mafia,
Ooh.
They were talking about some really like secret deal that they were
Are you
doing.
sure he wasn't just fantasizing The Godfather?
I don't know. It was a fantastic story though if it was. But he was like, and he's like, part of me was thinking I should drive him to the police station. But what am I going to do when I get there? So he's like, no, just drop them off. Awesome. Like that's what the power of language, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, I'm not trying to teach people Cantonese with this book, but even a few little bits and pieces can open a lot of doors.
Absolutely, I mean, but also like that, as you said, is when you speak certain Cantonese, people reply to you in Cantonese. It's kind of them saying, "Oh, I think you are qualified enough for me to converse to you in this language."
Yeah.
Secondly, taxi drivers must have the craziest tales ever.
Yeah.
They have had all sorts of people in their cars, for example, from celebrities to like drunk people to drunk celebrities, which has been like half of like the paparazzi and stuff, the gossips that's been going on, like with all the celebrities, like cheating on someone else when they were drunk.
Yeah.
In the taxi, the driver had the dash cam.
Who they went home with.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they must have like the crazy. But the thing is, I feel that the taxi drivers probably are just so numb to that, where they're like, I just want to go home.
What about that cab driver that found like $10,000 in a suitcase in the boot of his car like a few years ago? Do you remember that?
No.
And he was like, well, I think he gave it in because
What an idiot.
Yeah.
maybe it was $20,000.
Yeah, maybe, yeah, it could be, yeah.
Like,
What
You
a
know what?
double idiot.
yeah.
No, he kept 10,000, dude. So it could have been 20,000. He gave 10,000 in.
That's funny. He's
Yeah.
like, I found 10,000.
Yeah,
That's so
yeah.
good. I
Right.
guess it's better than
Not-
nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, right?
Yeah.
Where did the other 90,000 go? I don't know. Was that what was
No
there,
idea,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where's my reward?
Yeah, exactly.
My
Just claim a
reward is 20,000. It's like, yay!
I think if you give something like that in, if nobody claims it for a
You-
certain amount of
yeah.
time, you keep it, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
But I don't think you want to be known as the guy that kept that money in case.
No, it's the same like the lottery people. Like you don't want to be known
Yeah.
like having this much money.
Oh,
And
yeah,
then-
yeah,
Well,
yeah.
that, but you don't want like the crime lords coming for you because they're
Yeah.
not going to be like, oh, sorry, that was my $20,000
Yeah.
Right.
drug money that I left
Yeah,
in your
they-
cab. You know?
Right. I mean, that's a really good, smart way to do money laundering. Like, let's say you have $100,000 you're trying to declare, you don't want to declare, you claim you've lost it, file a
yeah.
police report. And then after a while, like, oh, someone found, somebody
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
So like, I work with Mohammed, where you picked up 100,000. I don't know you.
Yeah.
I lost 100,000. I don't have to do taxes for 100,000. Mohammed doesn't have to do taxes for 100,000.
Right. Yeah,
See,
true.
This is how we think.
Yeah,
You see what
tips
we're
for
doing?
criminals.
This is like
Exactly,
an episode
yeah.
in a row when we're talking about something illegal on the biggest podcast
Exactly.
in Hong
Yeah,
Kong.
yeah, exactly. Why
So
not?
it's probably not really.
Not a
we
good
should
idea.
stop.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah, yeah.
week, to recap, if you didn't,
Or-
if you missed last week's episode, we were talking about credit card fraud. And by the way, someone in the podcast group told me to tell you that there is nothing illegal about. So to recap, credit card fraud through Cotton On. What you do is that you
Okay, yeah.
basically buy stuff on Cotton On. Apparently, at least last time I went to return, they actually give you cash back, which means you can keep the credit card points because they don't refund you via the credit card.
Oh, sweet.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I'm like, I'm just going to keep doing that and use the credit card points.
Yeah.
And my friends who work in financial services actually said that there's nothing illegal about this
Yeah.
because they're just using the refund policy.
You'd have to
Yeah.
buy a lot of denim shorts to make that work out.
Yeah,
for you.
exactly.
Yeah.
But you can just go around,
Yeah.
I don't fucking have a job. I will go to every store.
Another pair of shoes.
Yeah, exactly. And you can also mix it up. You can go to they have I think 30 days return policy. So you just keep it
Oh,
for a
yeah.
bit. Yeah, just keep stuff at your place and then just like go back after like 3 weeks after they forget about you. Be
Yeah,
like,
these are some hot tips. Thanks.
yeah, thank you. Yeah, exactly. But I was looking at the book actually while you're writing it. Did you go into the history of how the origin of these phrases came? Because some of them are really funny. I was just looking at the one that says gongchi. I'm probably messing up the tones, but literal public toilet, meaning a woman that has had sex with a lot of people and seemingly has no standards. And then there is an example, and then English equivalent village bicycle.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, where did the phrase come from? Maybe not this one, but did you go into?
So not necessarily for this one. There wasn't necessarily. I mean, that's just quite literally
Yeah.
a toilet that people,
Yeah.
random people use a lot,
Unzip,
right?
please. Unzip. Yeah.
It's also very strong.
Sure, it's a straightforward
so strong.
one.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of them that had like a lot of the historical context, or there was a
Yeah.
story that went back, or sometimes there's several.
Are they
stories
mentioned
that
here,
people
the
say.
stories?
We don't mention them because they didn't apply to all of them, and
Oh, you don't want to like leave some out.
yeah, so some had them, some didn't. But what we're doing is kind of those that did, we sort of talk about them when we have like the book launches and book things like this. We'll mention a few of them.
There you go. Here's your chance. Tell us a few.
Is there
I'm trying
one
to
that?
think. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean-
pass me the book. I'm happy
Yeah,
with
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
You go for it. So you remember we
Did you
did
hear
the-
about this book? It's really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Go through it.
Yeah, it's not
I was
bad.
like- so Mohammed, remember we did the Samsung ad last week? It actually has these phrases. The Samsung Galaxy AI can now translate. It
does?
It can,
It's
yeah.
amazing that. isn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah. We were
Yeah,
just
yeah.
we're just shooting an ad for Samsung AI, and it actually translates the Hong Kong slang. Yeah.
Some of the sign, I was like, it's in their system as well.
That's
So,
amazing.
Okay, let me.
Can you just feed the whole book into the system?
maybe it already has that.
Wow.
Maybe what you
I
need
guess
is-
if your book lives online somewhere.
I mean, I'll put it this way: like, it's a matter of time before, let's say, Samsung and all these people kind of connect with you and do some sort of campaign where there's a crossover, where it's the Hong Kong slang versus that Galaxy AI thing.
yeah, and maybe if they want some humor.
Yeah,
you know,
and
to
get a
call.
I
funny.
mean, it's funny. I mean, we did at the launch. We did like one. This is not a PC term, but one super guilo and one like local Hong Konger, and we
Right.
sort of suggested like read out one slang to the
Yeah.
other and tried to get them to guess what they were talking about, right? So an English speaker that has no concept of Cantonese would have to read out the English equivalent,
Yeah.
Right.
and then you would have to
Oh,
read out
that's
like
fun.
the Chinese one, and then you got to guess what it is. But it's fascinating to see like what people think things
Yeah.
are. Like,
Oh, let me
even
do
just
that
like,
now.
Yeah, okay.
exactly. I'll
let's
do that
try
with
one.
Vivek because you haven't read the book.
Ladies and
All
gentlemen,
right.
welcome to the show. This is, of course, Hong Kong
So
Slang
I'm
Special
reading,
Edition.
I'm reading the meaning, right?
Okay,
Or
yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
reading the literal.
Well, okay, you don't read it. We'll read one to you maybe, and then you guess what it is.
Okay, so
Oh, okay.
okay, you try that, and then we'll try one reverse where I'm
Yes.
trying to guess what you're referring to.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll try that. All right.
Why don't you try him on this one?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm supposed to read him the literal, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Basically, to have 1 foot on 2 boats. To have 1 foot
Oh,
on
it's
2
like
boats.
2 birds, 1 stone thing.
No, it's kind of yes-ish. The concept
oh,
is
it's like,
similar.
oh, no, maybe to be hesitant.
No.
No?
Yeah, but basically,
1 foot on 2 boats.
so basically 1 foot on. There are 2 boats in total. 1 foot's on one, the other foot's on
Oh,
the
yeah,
other.
that's what I was.
Should we
That's
show
a
him
visual.
the image?
Yeah, maybe show me the image.
Yeah, I could. Okay, but only look at the image, right? Don't
Yes,
cheat,
yes,
right?
yes.
So right over here, you see that? That's
Oh,
the
yeah.
image, okay?
Okay, so you're listening in on 2 different conversations? Are you involved in...
If you're
You're involved,
if
yeah.
I mean you are involved, and if you're good at what you're doing, then yes, you would be listening
Right,
to 2
okay.
conversations. But generally, if you're doing
Multitasking of sorts.
if you're doing this sort of thing, it's very unlikely you'd be such a nice person to listen to 2 conversations. You probably not even listen to either. But when I revealed, you understand what I'm referring to. But like, think about like when one person has 1 foot on one boat and 1 foot on the other.
Right.
Like, think about what the concept could be.
Yeah, you're split between 2 things.
True.
Right?
True. Yeah. That's on
Yeah,
the right direction.
You're
but-
not fully dedicated.
But give me a
maybe.
situation.
You're-
Like, give me. Think about the situation. You saw the picture just now. Okay, you saw the picture just now. What do you think the situation is specifically referring to? To have your 1 foot on one boat and the other foot on the other.
Huh. Boat.
Yeah,
It's specifically boat, not just anything.
The boat is just a metaphor.
Yeah,
I
it's just
think.
to have an
Right.
item. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's a boat can be anything. It
Yeah.
can be
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Well, tell me, because-
All right.
Yeah, I need to know.
Okay, so basically this would be cheating. In other words.
Yeah, okay. I was pretty close. I was like, yeah, not being like...
Multitasking doesn't.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah,
I
I'm like,
don't know whether
I'm
you
like, yeah.
Multitasking is a form of cheating.
Wait,
cheating is a
hold
form of multitasking.
Wow,
Sure.
then I must. I mean, a lot of people in Hong Kong are cheaters, then, man.
I've been cheating all day.
Right? Exactly. Lindsay as a mother, my God, you just nonstop
I'm just
cheating.
gonna take that out of context, and
Yeah.
that would be
Yeah.
the sound
That's gonna
bite.
be, yeah, great. Thanks, guys.
Lindsay, I'll cheat all day.
Next week I'm divorced and everything. So you're
Yeah.
splitting your time. You are
Yeah.
cheating
yeah.
or two-timing or...
Right. To have
Yeah.
more than one relationship.
Yeah.
Basically,
Wow.
your feet on separate boats. So
Right.
technically, the idea is you won't really survive in the long term.
Yes.
You can't really go anywhere with this, but
Yeah.
like you enjoy it while you can. So when you're bored, you go to this side. When you're bored, you go to that
Mm.
side. Yeah, you have that. All right, okay. I tell you what. How about this, Mo? You
We'll
read
give
one.
you- the
give me the
meaning.
literal. No, give me the. I think give me the literal.
I
Let me
think
try to
literal,
guess what
you'll
it is.
just translate it.
Oh, yeah, true. Okay, give me the meaning.
I just have to give you the meaning.
Okay, give me the meaning. Let me
Alright,
try
Lindsay,
it.
do you want to nominate one?
All right, let me try. Let me
We
try.
start off with an easy one.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, am I giving you...
You're giving him the
If
meaning.
you give me the literal, then I'll probably already translate into Cantonese and know what it
because
is.
his Cantonese is
true.
fluent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, literal.
No, meaning.
Oh, meaning,
You're
meaning,
giving
yeah,
him just the
meaning, yeah,
meaning.
meaning.
Okay, to be cuckolded or a man that's being cheated on.
Oh, okay. I think I already know this from past experience. It's called to wear a talok mo. It's like the green hat.
To wear a green
To wear a
hat.
green
Actually, I
hat.
knew that too because we even did a sketch in China because it's same in
yeah,
mainland.
yeah.
We did a sketch in China with a foreigner walking around with a green hat, not knowing what the significance is.
Ah.
So I was
See,
yeah.
that's one historically, like you were made to wear a
Right.
green hat if you were
Yeah.
being
Yeah,
cuckolded.
yeah.
That's why Luigi never got the princess. Mario.
actually-
Stupid
Yeah.
hat. Yeah.
Exactly, guy that you got me, man.
There is a scene where the main character and me, both of us, are wearing green hats. Again, not knowing what it means.
Yeah.
He knew, he learned, and I didn't. And it was just like standing next to each other in a urinal, and I'm a stranger to him. And he just started telling me like it's okay, it will get better.
Yeah.
On a urinal, and I'm just like, my only word is creep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this.
Another one?
Let's
Yeah.
go one more. Yeah, let's try.
So to get rejected, or an English equivalent, we would say like to get pied.
To get rejected, 俾人飛, would it be like to let someone fly you?
Not in that sense, but more relationshipy.
Yeah. 食檸檬.
Yeah.
Eat the lemon. Yeah.
Wow.
There we go. Yeah.
You're good.
Yeah, it's all right,
Alright.
man. Clearly, it shows my level of Cantonese is not that polite.
All right, I have one for you.
Okay.
Last one. Meaning, a preference of dating or having sex with Western men only.
鬼妹性格 a very no sorry 港女
No.
Even more horrendous.
Huh? Really?
Yeah, more. It's the literal. It's
Oh,
very visual.
This is probably one that I was like, oh, do I put this in this
Oh,
book?
this I don't know. Then.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. That like specifically likes guaylos, basically, right?
Yes, it's actually, I will make it a little easier for you because I'm just conscious of the time.
Yeah.
It's something, the literal is something to do with eating.
食羊腸.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
there we go.
You got it.
yeah, nice. Okay. Well, there you go. So like, yeah, this is a fun thing. Number one,
It's so
like,
fun.
It's
This
a
is
fun
really
thing,
fun.
right? Number one.
It's
So
actually
the-
this game that we just played is really fun too.
Yeah.
Like, obviously,
Yeah.
we're promoting the book, but aside from like learning about it, this is a fun game to just
Yeah,
get and like.
I think what you should do, you should have a new edition of the book, the Hong Kong Slang Game Edition, with just 1 page extra. It's like with the rules in front.
Yeah.
It's the same
Oh,
exact book, you know.
Turn it into a drinking game.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're thinking like cards and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know, so
yeah,
you
you
can kind
know.
of guess it.
Like,
Yeah.
and make it seem like it's one of those learning cards, so people actually make the mistake of thinking they're actually learning proper Cantonese. Like,
Right.
let me
Yeah.
learn some Cantonese. You know,
Yeah,
today.
flashcards.
Yeah,
Yeah.
flashcards. You know, you have those.
Oh, actually, I want to translate to the audience. What does that mean? The last one, because we didn't
sick
translate.
yang cheng. So basically, eat is sick, right? Yang is Western, and
Yeah.
cheng is sausage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so eating
I know
Western.
so
Eat
bad.
Western sausage, and even the graphic is pretty funny.
Yeah.
The cartoon on it.
The illustration.
Look, I'm just
Is it?
showing.
Is it-
Rebang.
Oh my god!
It's like actually a Chinese girl
Yeah.
eating a
Having a-
literal sausage.
like a
know.
really long sausage. I
Yeah.
get that.
Cumberland.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, it's, yeah.
Sorry, it was my rugby teammate that actually did all the images.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. Oh wow.
Ah, nice.
When she sent me that one,
You
I was
kept it
like,
in the family.
oh, can we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I tried to, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
fair
really
enough.
good.
Yeah.
No, but okay. So coming back to this, the Hong Kong slang thing. Number one is this is like one of those phrase a day things that I could see.
Yeah.
I could totally see this becoming a calendar, like 365 days a year, and then every day, what's the slang for the day?
Yeah.
And you know, like let's say Toastmasters Hong Kong, they love to have like the word of the day. You have to keep using it. That should be the
Yeah.
thing.
You know those classic Chinese calendars that you know
Yeah,
they
yeah,
rip
with the
off
big-
every
with
day?
big number, the green ones,
but Just
yeah.
add that to the bottom.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
right? That's the slang of the day, and you have to see how much you can use that, which will be funny because then I'm sure sometimes when someone gets that sick young cheng, oh, it's my lucky day.
In the office, like, no, dude, no.
no. The boss is like, why is everyone knocking on the door? Hey, I'm sorry, we got to get the job done. You're the only foreigner here. Yeah, help us out, yeah.
What is the story behind the cover graphic? So the cover
Oh.
is like basically I want to say not a chick, that's a cock, right? Like not
Chicken.
like-
Just a chicken.
Yeah, chicken.
Oh, it's not like necessarily a man, like
No.
male. Okay, so it's chicken talking to a duck, and
Yeah.
both of them are having question marks over their heads.
Yeah.
So they're
Yeah.
trying to talk to each other, but they don't understand each other.
Ah, I see.
Which is Gai Tong Ap Gong. Or
Yeah,
maybe
Gai
that
Tong
you
Ap
can-
Gong, which is
Oh, so this is one of them as
Yes.
well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay, I see.
oddly enough, you know, the beginning opening tag of that Samsung ad, that's me saying, hey, everyone, this is an example of Gai Tong Ap Gong. Literally me saying that.
That's
Where
so
and
funny.
then, so we did this ad where Mo is in a Century egg store trying to buy Century eggs. He's having an argument saying, like, Century is 100 years. And the guy's like, because in Chinese it's 1,000 so it's 1,000 years, you know.
yeah.
They're
Yeah.
arguing. And I was like, this is an example of Gai Tong Ap Gong where they don't really get
Yeah.
each other. Yeah, that was the beginning. So there you go.
That's so funny.
Which
yeah.
again, see, makes sense. She's got it on her cover. That was
Yeah.
the first opening line, which is exactly explaining the typical two people cannot communicate with each other. Which oddly enough, Gai Tong Ap Gong was a very famous Michael
Movie,
Hui movie.
yeah.
Yeah, that was a very good movie as well. It's
Huh.
a comedy.
Yeah.
Tell me about the movie.
Dude, that's way too long ago, man. I was like a young boy at that time.
Oh, so it's like a very old.
Very
It's a
old,
classic Hong
Did you
Kong
watch it,
one.
Lindsay?
I didn't, but I should
Ah.
watch it soon.
Yeah.
Basically, it's like two people that are sort of on two different wavelengths, or like
Right.
whether that's because of a language or because of like exactly that situation, like
Yeah.
the English and the Chinese doesn't
Yeah.
match up. You know, two people just discussing the same thing but not really getting through to each other.
Yes, yes, yeah.
So that's
And
kind
it's
of
a
why
comedy.
it was the front cover as well, because it
Right.
was like, well, this book hopefully will
Yeah.
stop that.
I mean, think about the different situations you could have this. For example, number one, this could be a great hamper gift of like someone who's new to Hong Kong. Be like, here's the book you want to go learn the actual like Ngoy and Zhou Sans. And this is the book without survival skills.
Yeah.
For sure.
Exactly. You know, like, this is the book you want to say when you go to, let's say, the Cha Chan Tang. And when you say that, man, you'll be getting, I don't know, a free bowl of soup or something.
Yeah.
you know?
All right, don't
Some
go
respect,
crazy.
yeah.
No one is giving you anything free at Cha Cha Tang. That is not.
That's true. That was just me endorsing certain products. That's what it is. All right. So, Mo, is there the equivalent to like slangs in Arabic? That's
Oh yeah,
like
we
similar
have.
to
It's
this?
actually a very like similar thing because such an old language. It's
So
very
what,
rich.
What's the term for two people who cannot communicate with each other? Just like the cover over here, the duck and the chicken.
Oh, I
talking.
have to think. I haven't lived there for 12 years.
Fair enough.
I
Is there any
I'm
particular term that
disconnect-
you
like
would think-
obviously I speak it fluently.
Yeah, off the top of your head, any slang term you can think of right now?
I would have to look up a couple and
Okay,
then
it's
I'll
been a
get
while,
back
man.
to you. You guys talk amongst each
Oh,
other.
okay. So the weather, nah.
Yeah. Will you go more?
All right. So basically, again, for everybody of here, there's a whole bunch of these. How many? Like this is like how many? There's like easily, yeah. There's more than 100 terms right over there. So right over here, that's already 130 a year that you could be playing this game. And the best part is I guarantee after 100 pages, you go back to the first page, that's where you get to test your Cantonese level.
Yeah.
Have you actually learned and used it? Have you really professionally been able to apply this? And I think it'll be really cool. For example, like, if like for example, fong fei ge, like letting go of the airplane, that still let someone, not brush them off, but like kind of bail on someone. Yeah. And I think that in itself, if you suddenly message someone out of nowhere when you're bailing on them and you say, oh yeah, I'm gonna have to fong fei ge, I think they can't be mad at you.
Yeah.
They're
like, wow, dude, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I didn't know you knew that.
Yeah, exactly. I accept your apology.
Yeah, don't worry. Don't come to the wedding.
Yeah, exactly. It's fine. I mean, I'll marry someone else. I mean, you're supposed to be there, but fine, you know.
Cool canto, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'll take that, right? Yeah.
A lot of us, like a lot of people back home, especially the older generation, use a lot of like sayings, like to describe situations.
Oh yeah.
And it's just gorgeous, like how much they can actually like milk out of one. Like this one is about all of it is about marriage. And one directly translates to whoever doesn't use it's obviously all the sayings rhyme, right?
Yeah.
So in Arabic they rhyme. So it doesn't matter what I say in Arabic, you don't understand. But it translates to if you don't get married with your cheeks, you get married with your ancestors. Basically means like if you can't use your looks, use your money.
Oh,
yeah,
that's pretty good.
Yeah. There's so many of them. One simply says the bride is tall and the door is short. It basically means the bride, like she is out of his league.
Oh,
okay. That was like a
she-
no-go, I thought. But like,
I think this is
No,
equivalent,
like they're getting married, but she's tall and the
Yeah.
house is small, so the door is
Yeah.
short.
Wow.
Is there a Cantonese equivalent for out of someone's league?
No, I don't think so. I can't think of if someone's out of your league. No, I have never heard of that. I can't think of that one.
Yeah.
I don't really know that one.
And this one says, pluck your bird's feathers before they fly away to somewhere else.
Oh, get what you can while
No, it's basically pluck their feathers so they don't go and cheat on you.
Oh,
So pluck the feathers so they don't fly
Man,
and
Arabic
go
is all-
somewhere else.
Arabic is all about the relationships, man. That's all.
Well, this one
Oh,
particularly
yeah,
is
that's
like
why.
all,
I thought like all your
marriage
things are
and-
like, make sure the ladies can't go nowhere.
Yeah.
Hold them down. You know,
that's
like-
basically it. That's it. Hold them down by plucking their feathers.
We got another bird one in Cantonese is like a no-legged bird, a bird with no legs.
Oh, what is that? I don't know actually.
It's like a bird, like, or someone that doesn't want to commit to anything.
Oh, okay.
Women or something like that.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, I guess it's like a plant with no legs, like it's equivalent in English,
Kind of,
right?
but
Yeah,
like a bird like flying around and never lands on anything because it has no legs.
Yeah,
I
It's like
see.
basically never wanting to.
Yeah,
commit.
that's pretty similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of bird ones, a lot of ghost ones. Obviously.
Yeah. One of my favorite ones that recently actually came out in, I believe maybe 5 or 6 years ago, was on the news when one of the reporters was asking this person about some toys or some Comic-Con, whatever. And the guy told the reporter, like, man, like, you don't know a piece of metal. And that became a new slang phrase that everyone says, man. And it became so big that even Samsung has it. It's in their system.
Really?
Yeah. So
how much are they paying you to keep mentioning them
Yeah,
on the
I know.
podcast?
Like 10 times.
Yeah, I didn't get a piece
no,
of that.
honestly, because like when I was doing my research, I was like, oh my god, they got these phrases as well. That's impressive.
That's super current.
Yeah, that's super current.
Yeah.
But I think like those.
I guess if
phrases,
it's AI, it's like constantly updated, right? Like
yeah.
if there is like a new movie and there is now a new slang.
But there seems to be new slang all the time.
All the time,
Because
yeah.
like every time I learn one, my friend's like, God, that's so old. Lindsay.
Yeah.
Oh, he's such an
I
MKJ.
tried,
My
like-
friend's like, Lindsay,
Yeah,
that's so old.
yeah, exactly.
I went back home for the first time last year in 5 years. And oh my God, I felt like my friends just looked at me like, it's right to hang out with my friends. And I'm using the phrase, like not just like from 5 years before, but actually the phrase that I knew from 12, before I left.
Yeah.
I thought they were
Yeah.
still hip and cool. And oh my God, they laughed at me so much.
Yeah.
But it also made me feel like shit because I'm like, oh yeah, I don't live here anymore.
Yeah.
Like they're using different words. And I'm like, why is this a bad? I actually have to be like, why is this a bad word?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's from this movie. You're not here. I'm like,
Yeah.
You don't get it. I'm like, God.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why you need a book like this, Hong Kong slang, right over there to stay up to time. You need the Arabic slang. You need like basically every sort of slang.
You should do the Arabic slang one.
Yeah. That would be a real fun. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Just call my
Done.
friends. Like, yeah, exactly. Just catch up with a lot of them and be like, hey, so what do you guys use now?
Yeah.
That could be really useful for like, someone who's like learning a little bit or like
Yeah.
even a tourist who's trying to like blend in and impress the
Sure.
locals.
But I think that's the thing with Cantonese. See, now every language, obviously, the second lesson you will learn is this foul language. That's always the go-to
Of
thing.
course. That's like
But
any language though.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
think Cantonese, just like Arabic, I think the slang is so unique because it's such a street lingo with Cantonese, right? And it became a thing where people just start saying that, and that became the term. For example, in Cantonese, we're trying to always shrink the words down. So instead of cha siu, cheat gai fan, basically cha siu and the chopped chicken rice, you just go cha gai fan. So you literally take just enough words to get. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you know just enough words to get what I'm saying. So it's always shrinking as much as you can to kind of get to the point. You know, it's one of those things, and I think that's what I appreciate with the language is.
It's the Hong Kong efficiency. Like you don't say that. Yeah.
And yeah, exactly.
To the
like,
point.
Yeah, if I said like, oh, I got to bail on you, I'm really sorry about that. It's kind of like, oh, you know, too much talk. What you did is straight up, you just bailed on me. Just you let me out, you let me go, kind of a thing. So I think that's what slang does. Like straight up, let's get to the point. The core point is I can't understand you. That's it. It doesn't matter. Like we can't be like.
That's like Cantonese as a whole, isn't it? Because
Yeah.
I think a lot of English people that try to speak Cantonese or learn Cantonese, you try to apply the same like politeness strategies.
Yeah.
So in English, you say, "I'm so sorry. Would it be possible if I could do
Yeah.
this?"
Yeah.
All this conditional tense,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
this
yeah.
stuff, right? And if I used to try and do it in Cantonese, be like, "Oh, 唔好意思，我可唔可以做得到?" It's like doesn't
Yeah.
really work. Like,
Yeah.
you're like
It's too
get
pretentious.
to the point. Like,
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
saying
yeah.
it.
You're just annoying people. You're not
They're
actually.
like, what do you want, man? Like,
Yeah.
you know, I just want to, I'm really sorry to bother you, but, you know, really nice of you could maybe help me out. Like, what the fuck do you want?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Which I
just
think
say
is
it.
probably why English-speaking people think that Cantonese people are really rude. They're
Yeah.
not being rude. They're just saying, like, they're just translating
Yeah.
it from the Chinese into
Exactly.
English, right?
Because
Right.
I think the one thing with Cantonese is that it's so slangy that you can't be too polite. When you're too polite, it's too pretentious. It's like, okay, something's going wrong.
Right.
This can't be right. You know, you're being too nice to me. What's the
It is
catch
hilarious
here?
that the language
Yeah.
is known for not being too polite.
It is. I think it's just the way it's been used. Because,
Of
like,
course, yeah.
Yeah, but think about like honestly, like when even in English, let's be honest, we kind of know that half of this stuff is bullshit anyway.
Yeah,
Hey,
of
how's it
course.
going, man? You know, good day. You know, how's
Yeah,
it going?
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
shut up, nobody cares, right?
Yeah.
But it became a thing where in Cantonese, people were willing to accept that, dude. Let's not waste our time with this shit. Let's just come to terms and all agree that this is unnecessary. Let's get to the point. Which is why when people actually do have conversations, and I think that's the one thing I appreciate about Cantonese, that when you actually have a deep, genuine conversation, people will know. They'll know that they're like, dude, this guy's really talking sense. He's like, he's not just saying random stuff. He really means it. And I think, which is why the whole thing about even like the you and everything, the way you say it signifies your relationship with somebody, what you genuinely
Yeah.
mean. It's not just like fuck you. It's like no, there's much more to it. You know, like one of my jokes was again with a bunch of friends when they show up, and let's say you show up late, they all in unity go deal,
Yeah.
right? It's a very very long deal because
Right.
the length of the deal is equivalent to the length of your relationship. You know, if you're on the street and you bump to a guy, what is it? Do like that's like
Right.
super short. So I think that's and you learn from that. You learn that it's the way you say it that makes the difference. It's not so much the word itself, like deal is
Yeah.
that thing, you know. Which is why again, it's like in English you have the absolutely kind of stuff, but like in Cantonese you got the mo lan yong, you know.
Yeah.
It means so different from mo yong, like not useful, and mo lan yong is like fucking useless. Like mo
But
yong
it's
is
literally
not.
the word for like dick.
Yeah,
Right,
dicks, yeah.
right.
Like
Yeah.
no dick use.
Yeah,
No dick use, yeah.
You know, but to say 你冇用嘅, it's kind of like, oh, you're not very useful. But
Right.
to say 你冇撚用 is like, you're fucking useless.
Right.
You know,
oh,
yeah,
that's so
you get it?
good.
Yeah,
It's
my
like
point?
it's more playful. It's actually
Right.
like even though you're adding the swear word, it actually is like holds less weight. I
Yeah,
think.
you know, yeah, exactly. You know,
That's something I enjoy about like stuff like this is that you can actually add something like a rude word that makes it more jokey.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And,
Yeah. Do you guys have other examples of that?
okay, so one of the jokes they had before that I really liked, but I don't know if it'll translate in English. I'll try to say this. So one of the jokes is what Hong Kong International Airport male toilet, right? And you're supposed to think of a phrase. It's a
香港機場。
香港國際機場男廁。
Okay, international.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. 香港國際機場男廁, and basically the phrase is 乜撚都有. What that means is 乜撚都有 means it has everything. Okay, that's the slang term. But literal translation means 乜 is what, dick is 撚, and then 都有 is has. So the Hong Kong International Airport male toilet has all sorts of dicks.
Right.
Yeah, right.
I see.
So that's the play on the word.
Yeah.
If I heard that, I would
Yeah.
only understand that version. I wouldn't
yeah.
know the formal version.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Like
Yeah,
Cantonese is
you know
really-
乜撚都有 means
Yeah.
everything.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
exactly.
all you
yeah.
know.
So I'd be
is
like,
that-
well, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, oh, I get it because 乜撚都有 has all
Yeah.
sorts of dicks.
yeah,
You
I'd be
know.
like, But that's like a lot of why I started writing this book because there were so many occasions where I was like, I've understood, but I've definitely understood incorrectly. 'Cause
Yeah,
in my
exactly.
head, the literal translation does not compute. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's the thing. Like, when people
Yeah.
tell you this stuff, you're kind of like, shit, I want to ask them. But it'd be kind
Yeah.
of weird if I don't because I'm going to completely misunderstand what they
Yeah.
really mean. And I'm going to do the wrong thing. And they're going to come back and be like, why the hell are the chickens and eggs and ducks
Yeah.
talking? The fuck is wrong with this, you know?
Totally. Like I remember one of the first things in rugby, the Tokyo Dan thing was one, but then the other thing was like Chao Gailan, right? So it's like, oh, if you get like a dead leg, or in super British slang, you'd call it like a Charlie horse. Like if you get hit in the leg really hard, for example, you get like a dead leg. So the Chinese version of that is my friends would be like, oh, I've got like fried kale, fried Chinese vegetables. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what?
Yeah.
yeah.
And they'd be like, tell the coach, I've got a fried vegetable. And I was like,
You're like, are you hungry?
Excuse me, coach, Candy has a fried vegetable.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah.
but-
They're like, what?
So you're saying that in
Literal.
Cantonese.
Yeah, this is the saying
Yeah.
is that.
Yeah.
Like, and I was like, and I would just like say
the coach
it, but I
would
didn't
understand.
know what. Well, the coach is Chinese, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
I was just like passing the message
Yeah,
along, be like,
without
why
knowing.
is someone on the floor over there? Oh, she's got a dead leg, but
Right.
she's got some fried vegetables. I don't really know what that means, but
yeah, exactly.
but that's kind of like what sparked the interest in it. right?
Yeah. And that's the deeper level.
Yeah.
You're seeing the deeper level of a language where it's the local.
Super. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think a lot of what I try and write about Sunset Survivors is getting to know Hong Kong old
Stories,
Hong
yeah.
Kong old history industries, right? Then I wrote Welly the Wild Boar, which was just a kids book introducing young kids to Hong Kong stuff, food mainly, right? And then there's this one, but a lot of what I do is centered around this idea of being like a third culture kid. So I grew up in Hong Kong. I feel
Yeah.
like I'm from Hong Kong, but I don't think I know enough about Hong Kong to call myself a fully Hong Kong person. But
Yeah.
I don't really have anywhere else that I would consider myself being
Right.
from.
Yeah.
You might relate.
Same, yeah,
right?
yeah.
But so I think that the way I look at it is you only protect what you love, you only love what you understand. So if I can help more people have a greater understanding of Hong Kong culture in whatever way, then you do feel more connected to it. Certainly writing these books has brought me a lot closer to Hong Kong. I have a much greater understanding of my own home. I don't think I'll ever be fully accepted as a Hong Konger. I don't look Chinese. I'm a quarter Chinese, 26%, according to my DNA test.
Look at that.
So I've stopped sort of caring that people are like, "My LA, and they're like, no. I'm like, I'm from Hong Kong. No. Originally.
Right.
Damn, I don't know. Like my mom is originally Macanese from Macau, but she's lived here for like 5 generations. Her family have been here. My dad is British, although mixed, but mainly British.
Yeah.
But has lived here since he was 5. So I don't.
Yeah, everyone's
I
just
don't
from
have,
here.
like-
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
yeah, I've never lived anywhere else. I don't really understand. But anyway, so the next book I'm writing, which is super interesting, I've been interviewing, and maybe you guys can come into this, but it's all about third culture kids. So other people, just some like myself and Vivek as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also, there's a lot of people in Hong Kong. There's army families that have lived in like, 11, 12 different
Yes.
countries that are now calling Hong Kong home, but
Yeah.
they don't really have this concept of home that's, formed
Yeah.
as much. Missionary families. I interviewed this guy from the Pakistani community in Hong Kong who is so ingrained in local culture and life that he is just, you would just think he's Chinese. Like you're speaking to him, everything, he's
Yeah.
Chinese, right?
Yeah.
But of course, people don't accept that.
Yeah.
Right? So it seems to be that it's really only like certain Asian countries, you have to be Chinese by blood to be accepted as Chinese. Whereas if someone in the UK, for example, that maybe looked Asian, looked Chinese,
Yeah, the Prime
or whatever,
Minister.
sure,
Yeah, right,
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
you would be like, "Where are you from?" And if he's like London, you wouldn't be like, "No, originally."
right,
You
right,
just
right, yeah.
that
I
he's
mean,
from
people
London.
have moved past that. Like, I guess
Sure.
maybe like 20, 30 years ago,
Yeah.
that was still the case.
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, if you're from New York, same thing. It's like, all right, just some black person from New York. Like,
Totally,
yeah.
yeah.
the end.
Or like
a Latino person or
looking
whatever.
Chinese in Canada. Oh, where are you
Right,
from?
yeah.
Vancouver. Sure, you're from
Yeah,
Vancouver. You
exactly.
don't question that. Of course, you're from Vancouver, right?
Do you think Hong Kong would get to a point where it's more of that's more accepted? Because our friend Cassie Thomas, the same thing. Cassie's born in Hong Kong.
Yeah, I know
And
Cassie.
she's and she's fully white.
Yeah.
And she just says, I'm from Hong Kong, and it's the same thing. So,
Yeah.
it's just like, huh? How
But
come?
it's difficult, and people are always going to be like, "Oh no, you're American or you're English or whatever it may be.
Yeah.
What passport do you hold?" Right?
Yeah.
And I actually hold both, but they're like, so you're English."
Yeah, yeah,
Because I
Right,
hold that
right.
one. I'm like, okay.
Because
like,
they're just
literally
waiting
never
for you to
been-
confirm whatever they have
Yeah.
already decided that you
Yeah.
are, right?
But I feel like people are much more comfortable putting you in a box, right?
Yes.
And if you fit the box, okay, boom, they can just leave
Yeah,
that. They just
yeah.
they.
Otherwise,
that,
yeah,
yeah.
people
Comfort,
don't
right?
like what they don't understand, right? Like,
Well, exactly.
what do you mean you're from? Yeah, why do you speak Cantonese? This is confusing.
It's weird,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So that's why I'm interviewing all these people, and I think it's fascinating because, like, I interviewed 2 siblings. They both grew up in Hong Kong, and they're originally Irish, but they both kind of are from Hong Kong their whole lives, right? One of them said, "I'm from Hong Kong." The other one said, "I'm Irish," even though they've never actually lived in Ireland.
Huh.
But it's just like certain things that have happened in their life and things like this. Just they claimed that whether you claim the passport country or the host country as your
Yeah.
own. But I just think this whole idea of being a third culture kid in Hong
Yeah,
Kong
it's
is
fascinating.
super, super interesting, and
Yeah.
the different ways that we think about it. So that's kind of where I'm going. But I think all of these things and trying to celebrate Hong Kong culture is to be like, okay, sure, you might not be accepted as a Hong Konger yourself, but I do think you will gain a hell of a lot of respect from learning more about Hong Kong culture if
Of
you
course.
actually pay some time into it. You know?
Yeah.
I want to go back to the taxi driver thing because
Yeah.
while are you actively interviewing them?
I'm sort of just like, I just put it out there
Just
a while ago,
collecting
like
stories.
collecting the stories, and
Yeah.
then it'll be like kind of like a toilet book, you know what I mean?
Right,
Yeah.
right, yeah.
But yes, why, do you have some more?
No, I would like them to know that they're not very nice people, most of them. In general. Like, they're actually, like, for all the traveling and everything, Hong Kong is, like, I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, they're
Yeah.
notoriously bad.
Sure, and like,
Yeah,
have you been in those
why?
taxis? You know when they
Why?
like drive like that, like up and
Yeah.
down, like a rabbit is driving you.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what are you doing?
Yeah.
You know? How
And
is
it's also
that
like,
good
this
for
is
you?
this is
That's
still a
okay,
rich
yeah.
place. Like, obviously everyone has their struggles and everything, but like, they're a much poorer place. And
Yeah.
people are struggling even more. And the taxi drivers are not as bad. It's
No.
something very unique to Hong Kong taxi drivers. Like, you should write a book about how terrible they are. That's my idea for the book.
I get like half the book is like the passengers' stories,
Yeah.
and then half the book is the taxi drivers' stories.
Right,
So
right.
every time I go take a cab, I always ask the guy any
Yeah.
funny stories. Like, have you ever had any bad passengers or
yeah.
good passengers? You know?
Yeah.
And the stories have been pretty good. You know.
Yeah. It's just very, very grumpy people.
Yeah. or cab drivers saying like, oh, this couple having an argument in the back and the stuff that he can overhear.
Yeah.
He's like,
Nice.
oh, then you just pretend you don't speak English and
Yeah.
you can keep up the act and then
Just to make sure when you do the taxi driver book, make sure there's an audiobook version so they can listen to while they're driving. And they're like, guys, you gotta listen to this one. Go to chapter 3 right now. This is talking about us, man.
Yeah.
Talking about us. I remember that time. Yeah, call Siu Mai. Hey, call that guy up because it was his story.
There is Garen Chu mentioned on the podcast before a while ago. He had a taxi driver that was like, I think he said something racist like to another or like a passenger off the road or something. And then our other friend Tim was trying to get riling up the taxi driver,
Yeah.
and he just said something like a very specific phrase about Indian people that I think he shared on the podcast. And it's
Okay.
Yeah,
Probably
and it
to
was
go
just
back
like-
to India or something, right?
Yeah, so the taxi driver was abusing like an Indian person, a passenger or whatever.
Yeah.
And then our other friends like, tell me more about Indians. And he just went on.
Oh.
And then Garen said he said one specific phrase that is very long and it's just like horrible. But he said it was like also like just like beautifully racist.
Yeah.
It's just like, how the fuck did you come up
For
with
some
that?
reason, like sitting within that car with all the doors and windows shut, they just feel like they can say anything
Yeah,
they want,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
No one's recording here. Although
Yeah.
now they probably are on that thing, right?
Exactly. Yeah. With
But
the
it's
dash
their
cam
own
thing,
car. They can say
Yeah.
whatever they want.
I mean, there is a slang phrase that Chow Yun-fat kind of made famous from one of the movies, where I think he was specifically talking to an Indian person, but he was saying that Pang Yao, Fan Yan Do Sik Tiu, like he was telling you like, hey man, go back to India and eat a banana, and that became like a.
Oh, I remember it. I think the English was...
Sik Tiu, Sik Tiu.
Sik Tiu, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
Sik Tiu,
I
yeah.
think the English was, he's browner than my asshole and smells as bad.
Oh, okay,
Wow.
it could be. Wow, okay.
Yeah, and I think that is the exact like and then it's the
equivalent to
Cantonese
that.
of it. Yeah,
Okay, yeah. But that became a phrase, and every now and then I would actually joke if I'm holding a banana and stuff, and I look at people, I'm like, hi, yeah, I know what you're thinking. I know what you're thinking. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. You know, like they're like, God damn, I wasn't thinking of that until you pointed it out. I'm like, well, you are now.
you gotta
Yeah,
laugh
you're just
about
like
it.
Yeah.
trolling people, just holding
I'm
bananas.
so okay with it. Like,
I mean,
if-
that asshole one is like so poetic, you can't even be mad, right? You're like,
Exactly, that's why I'm
Yeah.
like,
nice, touche.
nice.
Yeah.
exactly. yeah.
Smells just as bad.
Exactly. So that's what I mean. Learn to accept Hong Kong slang, and you will live a better life here in Hong Kong.
I mean, in general, also, like, I think we might have mentioned it with Annie recently on the podcast. It's like, it's fine if you're like, it's all in jest, like if you're making fun of each other.
Yeah.
As long as you're not trying to, like, offend someone. Unless you mention someone's mom, that's when everyone's like,
Yeah.
all right, man, calm down.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
like the racial stuff, I enjoy it. You know,
Yeah.
not being, a white person myself or whatever. It's just like, yeah.
But, like,
if
imagine
it
if-
makes me laugh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine if you could turn around to that guy and give him one back in
Exactly.
Cantonese. He would
Wow.
love you,
Exactly.
right?
If I had your book, I would just pick
Well,
one.
there
page
you
of
go.
it.
Get
I'm like, wait a
revising.
second.
Yeah.
Exactly. Wait. Give me a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Like, flip the page, You have like post-it notes on it. This is
Yeah.
for the taxis. The green ones are for these guys. The red ones for those guys.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah,
Your
yeah.
mom is
Yeah.
Gong Chi.
Yeah. yeah. It'd be funny. He'd be like, "That's actually true."
Nice.
Let me tell you about that story. You're like, "God damn it!"
Yeah. So how do people find your book, Lindsay?
Well, after writing a very serious book in Sunset Survivors and then writing Welly the Wild Boar for kids, I was a bit worried when I was coming out with this one. I was like, am I about to destroy my reputation here? Or is this okay? But the fact that it's celebrating Cantonese culture, right? And I think it's actually been quite successful, I think, because people do enjoy learning about this. And I think because it applies to Cantonese speakers and English speakers as well, because it's got both sides.
Yeah.
So my local friends have really found it funny to see what the English equivalents are.
Yeah.
And then my white friends, Western friends have found it really funny to see what the Cantonese is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's fun, right? So we play a lot of games with it. It's it makes people, cool in their offices. They can go and say a couple of silly things to their colleagues and stuff, and be like, Lindsay, that nice one on the gong chi or whatever.
Nice.
That helped me out. Things like that. So it's been really good. I think we'll do another kind of party or something with it. But
amazing. And how do people buy it? Where do you buy it from?
A lot of bookstores around Hong Kong. So you got Bookazine, GOD. It's available in the airport in GOD as well. So
nice.
It's a good little souvenir if you're leaving Hong Kong or going somewhere and want to give people a little taste of Hong Kong. But
you said that you self-published, and I would like to talk to you about this because it's very interesting that you made that decision. However, we're out of time, so that's going to be on the Patreon.
All right.
Dun, 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 dun.
So patreon.com/hohopod. When you hear Lindsay talk about self-publishing her book, this is the first time you're self-published,
Yes.
right? Yeah. But also we're on Patreon every week. It's a very good way to support the podcast, and we're moving to a video soon, and we'll get you back on because we're picking our good-looking guests. And there is 5 of them. So
Oh, nice. I'm going to let your other guests know that. You said.
Exactly. But we'll get you back on with the next book, hopefully. What is your target date?
I've got a couple of books coming out. One is a sequel to the Wild Boar one. It's about a porcupine called Pickle, just likes Hong Kong transport.
Yeah.
And then you got Taxi Tales, and then you got the Third Culture Kids one. So hopefully by the end of the year, one of those will be out.
That's very quick
That's
turnaround
quick,
because this one is just last year, right? Christmas?
Yeah, that was Christmas.
Yeah.
They are pretty straightforward to write, like a kid's book, straightforward to write. But
Right.
then my illustrator is working incredibly hard, and
Yeah.
she's very talented. She was a student at KG5. I was giving a talk on Sunset Survivors, and then she showed me some of her work, and I just thought it was awesome. So she ended up, I asked her if she'd like to illustrate the kids' book, because I try to support Hong Kongers, people growing up in Hong Kong and working in Hong Kong. And I feel like when I was very new to writing, people gave me a chance to do some work, and that was I really respected that, and I really admired that, and I was really happy. So I tried to do that. So and then she went off to uni, and now she's working for Line Rock Press, doing all the graphics and stuff there. So that's kind of cool.
Lindsay, thank you so much for coming back on the podcast. I really enjoyed chatting with you, and enjoyed picking at the book and seeing all the fun phrases. Guys, everyone, pick up Hong Kong slang from wherever you get books from in Hong Kong. Linsday Varty, I will talk to you on the podcast, on the Patreon. Thank you.
Great. Thank you.